Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to the sixth and final game of the Dota 2 Bot Masters 2022 Group A placement. As you can see on the screen, the group is all but finished. A beginner AI is the winner of the group, and they will be going to the upper bracket to face off against second place in another group. Edge AI has come second place. They will ascend to the upper bracket and they will face off against the winner of another group. So they will be put against the wall and potentially eliminated, potentially pushed into the elimination bracket very early. Now we just need to decide between which of these two teams. Each team yet to show much promise in any of the games they've played. They're up against stiff competition. They played against the tournament favourite and the people that came in and dumpstered the tournament favourite. One of these teams is going home. Between Valve, default medium bots, and army bots, one of these teams is going home. You've got the team which is very passive, struggles to punish, has shown very brief glimpses of potential, such as the team fight on the Dire side at around 8 to 10 minutes, where they got a good Sand King ultimate, got 3 kills on the board, and then never did anything with it, couldn't come back. You've also got army bots who took 2 barracks with ballsy, dangerous push strategies. They don't buy items, but they find a way to take your racks. Who's going home, and who's going to the lower bracket to face elimination? With all due respect to both teams, I'm not sure if either team fully warrants a place in the tournament after what we've seen from them. But that's not for me to judge. That's for them to show when one of the teams at least, advances to the lower bracket and they'll be put on the brink.
All pick.
We know that the Dire side army bots is going to pick the 5 heroes it always picks. Dazzle, Lycan, Beastmaster, Enigma, and Invoker. Let's see what Radiant, medium, default Valve bots tried to play against it. They've got a Phantom Assassin, a Dragon Knight, a Lion, a Lina, and a Chaos Knight. These are not particularly strong D-push heroes. Lina has the Dragon Slave, Lion has his little Earth Spike, Dragon Knight can breathe some fire, PA can chuck a dagger here and there, but these are not particularly strong D-push heroes. We saw it was a beginner AI. They really dismantled army bots by picking heavy D-push. They had Sniper, they had Death Prophet. They had ways to empty out waves. And we can see army bots on the loose. But on the last hit counter,
Prepare for battle.
see that Lina is yet to purchase any items. I think they're doing that now. They are. Army bots running as a unit. We'll see if there's any early game action. I don't predict there to be much. I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. Item. Radiant, all of their items... Well, half of their items are on the courier. Most of the regen is on the courier. We are more than familiar with army bots items because they're the only ones it has. Beastmaster starts with tangos and never gets another item. Enigma will, if he can, if he somehow gets 2k gold and doesn't go to base, will buy a Midas.
30
Invoker
seconds to
as
battle.
well will try to rush a Midas if he can. We can see the army bots have put some wards down. That's quite spicy. Because they can see what's going on and their programming can react to that. Like, they know Lina's here and their bot can make a decision. What are we going to do about that? A little bit of a scrap here. Lion and Case Knight running in. Lion's not reacting. He's already half. This looks like a very easy first blood.
And I didn't miss it.
Army bots.
First blood.
Taking off.
Principle of warfare.
Chaos Knight slowed. He's baited by that bounty rune. He thought about it. He turned his angle there. Yay. You're here. You got 2 heroes on you. You can't just stare at that empty void of nothingness as you die. Finally reacts. Throws the dagger, but it's too late. Oh, I said there'd be no violence, but Beastmaster's next to be thrown with the fire. Just gets away. Chaos Knight instead looks like he might go down. Salves up, he's looking healthy. Stun on Invoker. Huge damage on Invoker and the mid's dead. Now time to clean up the Enigma. He tries to run, but there's nowhere you can run, buddy. Then again, he's ran and he's gotten away with it. So it looks like there is somewhere he can run, and where he can run is towards his own base. It looks like he has gotten away with that. Chaos Knight might be thinking of throwing that stun, but is dead to the tier 2 tower. Now Lena's dying to the tier 1 tower. It's a shit show. Invoker could easily have gotten that kill. A single right click would have done it. 4 kills in 1 minute. I said that there would be no violence. I was horrifically mistaken. Lanes are beginning to calm down now. Lena has not healed up. Ran to base, but instead just ate tangos. Meanwhile, Invoker is level 2, almost 3. Lena is yet to pick up much, if any, experience in this game at all. Invoker's going to be 3. He is. Lena's 1. Let's see if they can get a kill out of that. Chasing the PA. Sunstrike, way off the mark. Dragon Knight trying to push him off. If PA dies... Must have been the Poison Touch. Have a look. Yeah, Poison Touch did it. Beastmaster harassed back to base. Mid lane getting a bit violent. Invoker throwing out some things. We're watching as the army bots are farming. 2 minutes in and the Lycan and the Invoker are farming. They're getting money in their bank. Whether they're just going to spend it on TPs is yet to be seen as we watch Beastmaster run to base. He's got 200 gold. As soon as he touches base, changes it for TP scrolls. So what Army Bots needs to do is they need to find a way to be in a game where they never have to go to base. And this might be that game. Medium bots might not have the skill to punish them and force them to go to base. So we might see Army Bots run away with this. They're the only team farming. I mean, Radiant side has 3 last hits. That's just not enough. That's 1 last hit a minute. It's just not, it's not going to work. Broker's Midas is about 1,500 gold off. If he can finish that Midas,
Money to burn.
that would be huge for him. Think of the amount of TP scrolls he could buy. Chaos Knight maxing the stun so far. Just trying to lane. Trying to stay calm. Dazzle, he's got Poison Touch. He's throwing it down. Much higher this time. She comes back in for round 2. That baits the Lycan under the tower, but he doesn't take any tower shots. The creeps tank it for him. Violence in this off lane. Ooh, double breathe fire. Mid lane, Invoker is dumpstering this Lena. He's level 5 with 11 denies, and the Lena is yet to perform a single CS. As you're walking off for a water room, but you're already full. Oh, Invoker's looking like he might get a kill here. He just needs to invoke Cold Snap. Chose not to, but it is what it is. Invoker tanking the tower, might be in trouble here. Lena, if she'd got a stun there, that would have been lethal. EA tanking the tower too. There's a lot of violence in these games where the bots are more than willing to tank the tower. Chaos Knight running up to get a boar. This puts him and the line out of position. Big Bro, Beastmaster don't care though. Focus under the tower again. Beastmaster dies. Dazzle running to base for mana. Lycan running to base for health. Invoker's Midas is almost online. He's looking at a Lion's Dead. He's looking at maybe a 7 or 8 minute Midas. That's really fast, even for human players. I mean, he's got no items, just empty inventory, no regen. Enigma has 6 Eidolons. This Dragon Knight wants to be careful. Doesn't matter if you got 3 heroes. Ooh, Chaos Knight, Sunstrike, not quite on the mark, but the PA's about to die to these Eidolons. The damage caused. You're gonna need more than a tango on that. Meanwhile, with the catapult wave, Icon runs in, starts tanking the tower. Beastmaster runs in, starts tanking the tower. They're trying to deathball, but they're not quite deathballing. They're kind of just dying to the tower. They've kept the catapult alive. Dazzle's healing them, so he's keeping them alive. Chaos Knight's turned up, but I think he's just going to die. Immediately gets jumped on. He was so low, he's dead. Beastmaster. Ooh, that clutch heal from the Dazzle. Army bots beginning to run away with this game. Very throwy. Icon stunned up, double stunned. Tower's dead, so there's no more tower damage to worry about. Dazzle manning up. I think Dazzle dies for this man up. Oh, he just runs though. Lena's fast, but is she fast enough? Dazzle doesn't have boots. He spent it all on TP scrolls. Grasswalker. He bought 18 TP scrolls. He went home. He went home. He bought 18 TP scrolls. I can't deal with army bots, man. Because the net worth says his net worth is 2,600. And he's got a 500 gold glove of haste, and he's got 1,800 gold of town portal scrolls, and he's got 400 gold. But his net worth is 400. It's just the glove of haste. Because it doesn't matter what you've got if you're not going to use any of it. Dragon Knight going in on Beastmaster, he's 1v2ing. He might get away with it because Beastmaster doesn't have any item. The Lycan seems to buy items before getting TP scrolls, but he doesn't get very much. Headdress, the Blightstone, the Casual Sage's Mask, it's not really very much. They are deathballing again though.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Glyph. 3 heroes here. Could be a good fight for the medium bots if they want to take it. Enigma doesn't have any items. Invoker doesn't have any items. The EA doesn't really have any items either. So we've got a team that can't farm versus a team that can farm but won't buy items with it. Enigma gets taken out. They're still pushing.
Let's see what hell has paid.
Jump the Dazzle. Easy kill onto the Dazzle. And the lead begins to slip away for army bots. Icon pushing bot. Heavy on the push. I can definitely imagine this army bot script was very strong back in that Deathball meta that it was created in. It's just not like that anymore though. Invoker getting jumped by 3. The medium bot's punishing the split map.
Just what I've
Had enough for you?
And the lead is gone. It's all coming back. It's less than 1k now. Graph massively spiked up. It's got to be on account
Radiant's
of,
bottom tower
for example,
has fallen.
Beastmaster's net worth is 0. He's running around. The net worth graph is not true. Ooh, wow, Lycan just managed to shapeshift in time. Ooh, Enigma running in, getting some good stuns onto the PA. Not enough damage though. Needed 1 or 2 friends with him. Or maybe he could have had damage items if he'd spent his money on items. Lycan trades in 600 gold for 6 TP scrolls. I wish I knew what the Beastmaster would buy. Like, what's he saving for? Because he doesn't even buy boots. Dragon Knight's running up, trying to beat on the Beastmaster. They don't really get much done. Enigma dies bot, ganked by the Lina, the CK, and the PA. Default medium seems to like roaming as 3 and getting kills. Dragon Knight chasing this itemless Beastmaster. EK just has treads, to be fair to him. I mean, the medium bots don't farm. And the army bots farm, but they spend it on TP scrolls. Ooh, double ults, Lina, fingered. DK needed to stun. Not quite in range. Stops to right click, which puts him further out of range, and then they give up on it. Unfortunate there. The longer the game goes on, part of me wants to favour the default Radiant medium bots. Because they will begin building items. The PA just has treads now, which is not very much, but soon she'll have items. We saw it in other games. You get people like Legion Commander, they get a bit rich, and they start 1v5ing the army bots. But on the other hand, the default medium bots are not particularly intelligent. The army bots are not particularly intelligent either, but at least they're always trying to end the game. Like right now, they are just running mid, hitting towers. Enigma is running bot, pushing bot. Beastmaster and Lycan, pushing top. They are going for it. They're getting punished though. Default medium bots are not letting this happen. 600 damage on the tower, 2 kills exchanged. Now they're TPing top. They don't want this tier 1 to fall either. Dragon Knight running in. Breathe Fire on 2, that reduces the damage of both units. Hexed. Lycan. He stops to transform, he will die. He needs to run using his own legs, but he's dead anyway. Ooh, stop this siege creep! Oh, they glyph for that.
Radiant structures are fortified.
On the other world of the planet, the Enigma died with a tower. He did get 300 damage on it, to be fair to him. Focus here now.
This should make my life easier.
Earth Spike. Dragon Tail, please. No Dragon Tail. Ooh, spikes him. And what's good about that is if you kill the Invoker, not only does he lose some of his unreliable gold, but he loses all of his reliable gold because he spends it on TPs, of which he has 33 now. Oh dear. Alright, Dazzle, running mid. Got a Blightstone, he wants to push. Beastmaster has nothing. He's only used 3 of his skill points, right? I'm pretty sure... Do these share a skill point? I think they do, right? Maybe not. I mean, they have to, right? They should... So he has 3 unspent skill points. Whitestone on the tower. Here comes the Death Ball. Is medium bots going to respond? They're responding bot. Chasing the Lycan, dragging him back. Dagger, tower shot. One more tower shot, he's dead. But at what cost? Middle tower has taken another 700 damage. Radiant is barely tickling a tier 1. But your army bots are cruising and they're crushing down the tier 2s. And this is where I think army bots, they might take this. Swing back is heavily in Radiant's favour now. But they've all but taken this tower. It's got 200 health left. Dazzle needs to stop trading hits with the tower though. He might die so that he's braved. Oh, okay.
Middle tower
Worked.
has fallen.
I shouldn't have questioned it. Middle tower goes down. Army bots 3 towers. Radiant Valve default medium bots 1 tower. They're hitting high ground. And they're taking high ground. They have Death Ball heroes. This is working to an extent. If anyone TPs, or if just Dragon Knight runs up and breathes fire in dragon form, this fails. But he's not doing it, he's a little bit scared. He's like, oh, that's 3 heroes. They might just get raxed here. This tower is not long for this world. Some new boars. Dragon Knight still isn't breathe firing them, so the tower is dead. That tower's gone.
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Catapult wave has just spawned, and we know how the army bots loves its catapult wave. Nina getting hit by the tier 2 top. There's a staff of wizardry and a fluffy hat working towards her 4-star. We've seen this a couple times with bots. Someone's sort of sandwiched in a weird spot. PA is between the Enigma, the beast, but no one does anything. Dazzle coming bot. DK, how's your farm? He has drums and a crown. He's not skilling his ult, which is really quite terrible. Good stun, easy kill on the Dazzle. Found it. Default Radiant bots are getting the kills, and they're beginning to come back with the lead. Huge XP lead. Slight gold lead. But does it matter if the Death Ball is working? EA scares off the Lycan. Death Ball mid, temporarily halted. Invoker's doing not really he's just sort of split pushing bot. Tanking the creeps though, and he is dying to that because he has no item. Dazzle went base, got himself a Medallion of Courage. Beastmaster with no items dies mid, there's not much. Enigma has bought what he thinks is a soul ring, but that's not a soul ring anymore, champ. Drums used by the Radiant mid. Running at this Enigma. They want him, 4-second stun. Can they get him? Another stun from the Dragonite if he clicks it. Not needed. One more kill on the board for the Valve default medium bots. They're the ones grouping up now in a Death Ball. Lycan's way out of position there, just runs in and dies. Double kill from the DK.
May the Eldworms carry you to rest.
No fantasy points for anybody.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Beastmaster's running forward, but he doesn't really have anything he can do about this.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Bot tower getting death balled. I said it was a split push by Invoker. Dazzle's here now. Unfortunately, he turned his Blightstone into a Medallion, so it's worse for pushing.
Illusion.
It can be a little bit better. I mean, if you just hit it. Dazzle. Okay, the catapult did the job.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So we're now looking at 5 towers to 2. Default medium struggling to push. It's a death ball bot.
Regeneration.
They might be looking to crack the base on the bottom lane as well as on the mid lane. 0 racks taken yet, but you get damage on this tier 3, the next push might get the tier 3, and then eventually racks will begin falling, even if it's just to creeps in the end. Chaos Knight running around, finds the Invoker, big stun, small skirmish, 2v1 here, there's a fight happening in the middle of the river as well. Chaos Knight hits really hard because he's purchased items, but now he's running for his life because he's scared. Ooh, I think if he manned up, he would have got that. And now the Death Ball's all here. It's 5 heroes mid. And the default bots have been caught sleeping. They're miles away. EA, no TP. Lina, no TP. Dragon Knight, no TP. They're getting raxed. And there's nothing they can do about it. I think army bots might pull away with this. Because if you take enough racks, the creeps will do the job for you. Lion comes, gets a huge stun, but just dies. Army bots' relentless push might just get them another game. CK finds the Lycan, he's like, where are you going? Lycan's fast, he has bought boots, but the CK's surrounded by 5. 4, sorry, someone's in the base, it's Invoker.
Dire's top tower
Spending his money.
has
Oh, he got
fallen.
Midas. Dazzle saving up for it. He has 1200. Oh, Chaos Knight's in. If he had his ult, this would be a different fight, but he doesn't. So he just kind of lumbers in and dies. The Death Ball top from the Valve bots gonna kill this Invoker. Oh, he goes invis! Any dust? No dust, no detection. Just like my pugs. EA dies. Ooh, miss. Dies to the tier 3. Meanwhile, the Death Ball cranking down bottom. I don't know how they always get like a creep wave and some stuff going on. Second Rax is about to be taken, and this is what they did to Edge AI. They just pushed. And eventually 2 racks down, and Edge AI was strong enough that it could say, actually listen, stop this, and they just ended the game. Dragon Knight on Invoker. This is close. And he's dead. Meanwhile, 2 more
Radiant's
racks
bottom
fall.
barracks has fallen.
They just lack the D-push. They don't have that sniper, for example, that beginner AI picked to stop this death ball. The death prophet that beginner AI picked to stop this
Radiant's
death
bottom
ball.
barracks has fallen.
They also don't have a net worth lead, really.
Last.
I believe Edge AI was looking at 30,000 gold lead, and they were just walking around like 1v3ing people. The Valve bots are struggling. We obviously have to subtract 6,000 gold from Invoker's net worth. It's really about 2,500, but they're making it work. Just 5 push heroes and just balling down lanes. It works. Bots struggle to deal with it. It's just so aggressive. It requires reaction. It requires TPs. These bots are struggling to just deal with the creeps. I don't foresee this ending well for the medium bots, to be honest. What a beautiful story of a game shown in this graph. Ahead at first by the army bots, but they didn't spend any of their money. Massive comeback potential for the medium bots, but they didn't utilize any of it. Big fight about to happen top over this tier 1. Dragon Knight wanders in. Izzy's tough enough though, taking lots of damage. The finger from Lion. DK goes down. It's only 3 heroes and they're not far ahead enough. CK could have stopped it, but he still hasn't skilled
Radiant
his ult.
structures are fortified.
They glyph, but it just delays the inevitable. They've got someone in the base clearing out the big
Radiant's
creeps.
top tower has fallen.
CK's about to get caught. Beastmaster still has no items. Enigma finishes his Midas. Dazzle grabs Ring of Health and Staff of Wizardry. I kind of want to think about what that might make.
Radiant's top tower has
It's not an
fallen.
Atos. It's not Kaya. It's definitely not Ags. Oh, got lost now. What's Dazzle building?
Haste.
Oh, he thinks it's the old Force staff. Wow, that's really old.
Dark light.
Death Ball is top. It's pushing. Medium bots are too tentative to stop this, and it looks like Army bots is gonna
Radiant's top tower
win this
has
game
fallen.
with less kills than the opposing team. EA is not pushing out mid. She's just standing there confusedly. As soon as these racks die, I think it is GG.
Radiant's top
And there it
barracks
is.
has fallen.
There's
Radiant's
no way
top
on earth
barracks
that this
has
Radiant
fallen.
lineup
The
deals
Dire
with
now have mega creeps.
full-on mega creeps at 20 minutes with the lack of items they have. Dazzle jumping onto the PA. Invoker gives her a bit of grace, but she does die in the end. I would like to see Dire glyph this creep wave. Just don't let the tier 4s kill any of the creeps. Just glyph the creep wave, keep the catapults up, keep everything up. They are looking to end this game out. If army bots bought
Radiant's middle
items,
tower has fallen.
I think they would go far in this tournament, but I think that their issues are a little bit too critical. Huge meteor comes fighting outside the Radiant base. CK doesn't have phantasms, so he can't split. DK's chasing, but he's probably chasing the wrong target. I don't know if you can catch up to that Lycan. Meanwhile, the fountain dies. PA's like, what do I do? I'm going to run over to these trees. He's TPing here. That's not going to do anything.
Victory.
And it's all over. I think the fastest, or one of the fastest games in the whole group stage was performed by the 2 teams that were considered the weakest in the group. And they were the weakest in the group, to be honest. But Army bots showed that they are a tier above the Valve default medium bots. They're going straight to the lower bracket, where they will face another team that came 3rd in its group. Whoever loses that will be going home, as is all matches in the elimination round. Beastmaster doesn't skill his skills and doesn't buy items. That's very problematic. See how that goes for them. The graph is beautiful. Got a whole story. You got an army bot's lead, a radiant bot's comeback, and then a dire bot's finishing it out. I think the overview of this game, shown in the scoreboard, is building damage. You've got more building damage than hero damage on some of these units. Invoker, it's right there. Beastmaster doubled up on his building damage. Enigma, it's right there. Lycan, it's quite close. Dazzle is the only hero that did more hero damage than building damage, and I believe most of that came from the laning stage. MVP for this is hard to call, but I feel like I'm going to give it to Dazzle. On the Radiant side, it's really hard to give it to anybody because it definitely can't go to CK, it can't go to PA, can't go to Lion. So Lina or Dragonlight, who do we value more? I feel like Lina did more with less, so I will give Lina the MVP for this game. Thank you guys for joining me. That concludes Group A. We now know exactly where everyone stands in Group A. Advancing to the upper bracket, playing against the second place team, we have a beginner AI. Advancing to the upper bracket, second place in the group, playing against the winner of a different group, we have Edge AI. Advancing to the lower bracket, we have army bots and eliminated from the tournament as quickly as they came. No wins, very few good moments. But this game, they got some kills in. They had a brawl with it, they had some fun, they just got out-pushed by the death ball. They just had no answer for it. We will be saying goodbye to Valve's default medium bots. The lowest tiered team in the whole tournament will be going home. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure that has been Group A. I hope that you join us for Group B, C, D and the playoffs. Until then, bye.